Hi everyone, welcome back to the WPC Ace Dota 2 League. This is game one of a best of two between Tongfu Huanzhao WPCA and Invictus Gaming. Thank you, of course, to WPC Ace League for letting us cast this, and thank you to Omegakai for co-casting with me. Hello.
Welcome, thank you, and I'm pumped because I'm expecting IG to take this, and I'm gonna be rooting for them all the way.
Oh, that's nice of you. Oh, I'm still, yeah, I don't know. I feel so bad for WPCA because I've been casting a lot of their games, not only in this one, but also in the Steel Series Chinese tournament, and they just can't win a game. I hope they do.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. They haven't found their footing just yet, but they can pull off some amazing maneuvers. I've seen a couple of team fights go their way, so they're not without skill. Just not finding the luck. I think just not in that groove as the other teams already are well established.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, we've got a DK game coming up later, and I think they were like 8-2 after the patch change, as in 8 losses to 2 wins. So I don't know. I haven't seen IG or WPCA play a game yet. I think IG played 2 games since the patch, but not since then. So I mean, maybe we're gonna see Tongfu, Wanzhou, WPCA take the game back because they're going to be more adjusted to the patch than IG, possibly. But I guess we'll have to see what they do. The bans are obviously from IG, very patch oriented.
Yeah, same as our Tongfu because I've seen a lot of Night Stalker mid as well. Night Stalker having a big presence after the patch. So both these both these teams banning out what might be the new meta, and IG going straight into Elder Titan is their first drop.
Yeah, maybe going to see Naga Siren being taken by Tongfu or even the Weaver. I have seen Arn plays an amazing Weaver. Last time I saw them play, he went beyond godlike. And then they still unfortunately lost the game, but he's a very, very strong Weaver player. So maybe going to see them pick that up. There's a Naga Siren, so pretty standard pick up with that one. Nice AoE, good negative armor. Nice disable with the net. Just generally a very strong hero in general.
Yeah, and of course Naga Siren, man. Love that Naga Siren. Even post patch, Riptide still my favorite ability. Not enough attention on the Riptide. And of course they follow that up with a Weaver. And we all know how Weaver works. This is looking like a good lineup already out of Tong Fu. But let's see what the answer is from IG.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they're going to pick up something like the Luna. Hal really likes to play that Luna, so she's been recently become a really top pick in the new meta with yeah, there's not meant to be delay. It's a LAN event, so we don't need delay. And she combos really well with the Elder Titan because she's a good mix of physical as well as magical damage. And with the Elder Titan maxing up that natural order, she will do a lot of damage in the mid game. And plus, she fits in well to the pushing. But they're going for the Next Assassin, so a strong ganker. Able to shut down that Weaver pretty effectively once he hits level 6, just chasing him around the map and ganking him.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, I like Nyx Assassin, and we all know how Nyx Assassin works, but I think he's starting to get phased out slightly, not being picked up as much as perhaps he used to be, and I think that's quite warranted because I do feel as though he doesn't. Other than if the opposing team catches on to you and wards effectively, and we've seen those reaction wards, lightning like cat like reflex wards, or even dust, and you kind of lose that the ability to initiate. So I've kind of fallen out of favor with Nyx Assassin in terms of what I like to see coming out of the pro leagues.
Yeah, I mean, Nyx is still a very strong hero, and I am wondering how he's going to fare though with the changes to the trial lanes because I mean people have been doing more kind of 2-1-2 or 2-1-1-1 with one in the jungle, and Nyx Assassin I think fits better into that just because he can get levels faster. In trial lanes you get a lot less experience than you do if you're running a dual lane, so maybe we're going to see an aggressive dual lane coming out with Nyx Assassin. And one other thing that I just remembered is where is the Earthshaker? I mean, Earthshaker's become like tier one pick, first picked by DK and Mineski and all those teams, and he's been ignored thus far. So maybe you're going to see Tongfu pick up the ES. I don't think he'd fit too well into Invictus at the moment, just because they've already got 2 melee. But I mean, ES is very, very strong.
Yeah, yeah. Again, you're right, but at the same time, it's still early days. The meta shuffle not over just yet. Teams still trying to sort of work out what it is, where they expect to build. So we may not see Earthshaker at all. He may not fit into what the lineup is already presenting. And as you said already, two melee out of IG, and we see Chen pick up there from Tongfu.
Yeah, Tongfu pretty good. CJZ usually plays the Chen, and he Usually has some nice micro. I have noticed he has a habit of getting picked off occasionally, so he'll wander into the jungle alone and then get ganked by five. But on the whole, he's got nice micro ability, and we'll give them a strong dual lane with the Naga Cyber and Weaver if they want, with nice Chen support, and that's a good pushing lane. If they get some Chen creeps up with the Weaver using that Germinate attack, Naga Siren able to use the illusions to pull the creep wave away, or just use the Riptide to kill the creep wave quickly. So might see some pushing coming out from WPC Team A.
Yeah, and also with the Chen layer, I'm expecting early aggression out of IG into the dire jungle to try and block out those camps. So we should we should be focused on that in the early stages. But of course, that's the actual match. Crystal Maiden. Don't know how I feel about this. More lockdown, more slow. Not not what I was expecting, to be honest.
Crystal Maiden is one of those heroes that she's always just kind of in the background, and I think it kind of depends on how IG wants to play it, but she's a good pickup against Chen because that Frostbite will just instantly kill, well, not instantly, but over 10 seconds it'll be able to kill one of Chen's creeps. So if Chen does go for a gank on a lane with a Crystal Maiden in it, she can instantly just say, see you later, creep, and then Chen's just a walking hero with basically no usable spells. He just auto attacks him, so a walking creep. Um, so on the whole, I think she's a decent pickup. The only thing is she's very squishy, and a Nagasara and Weaver can just drop her off instantly if
And
she
she
gets out of position.
and she has such a low base speed.
Yeah.
Just at the start of the game, she's so slow. I can see some combos here, like with the Outer Titan. So that could be effective, but at the same time, I'm not a fan of Crystal Maiden. I love Crystal Maiden. If anyone who knows me I love to play Crystal Maiden, but I just don't think that she fits into the current meta at present. And
Uh,
Tong Fu going with Clockwork.
I'd still disagree with that. I think Crystal Maiden fits in quite well with the aggression coming out, but I guess we'll have to see what they do with her. But yeah, Clockwork, I'm excited to see that. Very strong offlaner or mid laner. If they do decide to put him against the Elder Titan, if he goes for a couple levels in the cogs, he could get a better chance in winning that lane, because usually how Elder Titan wins is he just spams that stupid overpowered Astral Spirit and forces the enemy out of lane. But if Clockwork kind of gets up close and personal and he uses the cogs to force the Elder Titan out of mana, then I think he should be able to do okay in that lane, quite honestly. But they might just be, sicking him into the off lane and leave him there. And there is How's Luna.
As predicted, Luna comes out of the box into the draft. Good guess there. Good guess. Not even a guess. That was an educated guess. You knew that was coming.
Yay. Well, I'm very interested to see what they do with this, because we've seen a couple of different styles of Luna coming out over the past few days since the patch came live. And I mean, last night we saw someone go for Helm with the Dominator first, and go straight to the BKB. We've seen people go for the drums and a Ring of Aquila and then treads and then go for the BKB, but helping out in team fights earlier. And we've also seen people just rush mantas. So I mean, ultimately, it kind of depends on how they want to play it. And I am interested to see what build Hal goes for. If he's going to help out in the early game, or if they're just going to wait till Elder Titan hits level 11 or so, and she's got up, Ring of Aquila, BKB, all of those items before they start team fighting.
Well, IG's lineup to me it seems amazing already. They've got one drop left to go, and I'm interested to see what's going to come out. Given that both DK and Enchantress are removed from the pool, lots of heroes out, but of course there's still lots of heroes still in.
Yeah, well, there are a lot of heroes in the pool at the moment because they can't ban them all. But I don't know what to expect coming out. I mean, they've got. I'm going to be playing the maybe no Dragon Knight just got banned. Maybe a Dragon Knight. No, Dragon Knight's gone. But usually they take some kind of a pushing hero, maybe a Beastmaster to go mid lane for them, something else to lock the Luna down with the BKB up, or a Windrunner, something completely different.
How are you going to lane this? How is Tong Fu going to lane this?
Windrunner
Look,
could.
look, look at the lineup.
She could go off lane or she could go mid lane. Her and Clockwork are kind of interchangeable for off lane and mid lane. That would be my guess, just because. I mean, Windrunner's got the wind run, so she can kind of escape from bot lane. Clockwork's got the cog, so we can force the lane back. And both of them do okay in mid. They've both got decent rune control. Clockwork got the rocket to scout the rune out, and Windrun's got the wind run to be able to get to the rune quickly. So, but I mean, they could really do whatever they want. They could run an aggressive trialing with the Weaver if they wanted and just try and shut down the Luna. But I don't think that'd go very well, just because Luna's going to do a lot of damage when she maxes out that Luna Blessing.
I'm looking at the lineup coming out of Tong Fu, and I'm not convinced. I don't see the high level of synergy that I expect to see from from Tong Fu. Whereas IG, I do feel they have more synergy. I feel that they have probably the early fight as well. Should there be any early rotation, especially with Nyx Assassin and Crystal Maiden under smoke, easy kills, and we're following up with Queen of Pain.
So it must be Elder Titan in the off lane, or they're running an aggressive tri lane, one of the two. And Arn is actually going to be on the Windrunner. Well, that's interesting. Normally, Arn plays that Weaver carry, so maybe they're going to be swapping the heroes around, or maybe they're just completely, shifting it up. Should be quite interesting to see what they do with that. But Queen of Pain going to be a lot of aggression coming out from Ferrari. He's going to have a lot of fun just running around, killing people. I would assume they've got a lot of squishy heroes on the side of WPC Team A, so quite easily, drop that Windrunner, drop the Weaver. Maybe I'm incorrect. Maybe it's UU9 who plays the Weaver. Oh well. Anyway.
On the side of IG, Banana playing Crystal Maiden. Huawei F playing on Elder Titan. Faith playing on Nyx Assassin. Ferrari on the Queen of Pain, as you've already alluded to. And of course, sitting on the Luna is Hale.
Alright, and we're going to have Arn on the Windrunner in the offlane, UU9 playing that Weaver, Mary going to be on the support Nagasaran, Empty Sty on the Clockwork, and CJZ going to be playing that Chen. And it looks like maybe they're going to be running an aggressive tri lane. They are heading down towards that bot lane. Maybe it's going to be their go-to plan. Just completely dominate the lane. But Weaver has not got very much regeneration. He's only got 2 shared tangos. So he's going to have a very hard time if he is sold against the Elder Titan. So I really am curious as to how they're going to be laning this.
Like I said in the draft, how they're going to lane this, because even I couldn't pick that. Oh, look, there's some aggression here that's coming out already, driving out of the dire jungle, the Radiant jungle, as they block up the camp here. I'm not sure exactly where they're expected to go. They have blocked out the camp successfully. And it sounds like I am potentially solo here.
No, I'm here. I'm just listening to you.
Oh, there we go. Just thought you had your blue screen of death again.
Oh, no. Oh, sorry. I'll keep talking then. So UU9 on the Weaver in the mid lane against the Queen of Pain. This is going to be a very hard line for the Weaver. I'm going to be honest. Looks like he is going for the bottle rush, but ultimately Queen of Pain is just going to be able to spam him out. And Tongfu Banana, IG Tongfu Banana in fact, it's just Banana. Anyway, he's going to be in the mid lane. He's got sentries already, so I'm assuming he's going to drop those down once Queen of Pain hits level 2 or 3. And then UU9 is not going to be able to do anything. He's just going to get harassed out. In fact, they're just going to drop it down straight away and maybe go for a first blood.
Yeah, they are, and initiation goes down. One will right click. Weaver does dodge that, thanks to Jacuzzi. But somebody else does die, or almost dies.
Yeah, Weaver did. He dropped down to the Queen of Pain damage over time from the Shadow Strike, so that's a very this lane. I don't know what he's meant to do with the Weave with the sentry down there. What's the Weave able to do? He doesn't have high enough base damage to really outlast hit the Queen of Pain without base range. Without taking a lot of harassment. And even in the jungle, CJZ is going to get just harassed down by Banana, because like I was saying, that Frostbite will be able to stop him in his tracks. That creep is going to die.
Yeah, so this is already looking like a lost lane a little in the early stages of the game anyway for the Weaver. He's going to rely heavily on timing for the Jacuzzi. Otherwise, he's not going to be able to pick up much CS. He is going to be forced out of lane. And as I say that, in the bottom lane, they look to rotate around with Crystal Maiden, but ooh, no, back off there. There could have been an engagement.
It's a bit of an interesting off lane. It's a dual lane, obviously. I mean, they've got the Windrunner and the Nagasaran down there, but I'm not too sure how they can go really aggressive. Just with Crystal Maiden and Banana kind of hanging around, doing that roaming thing. I mean, like, they don't have that much kill potential from these two heroes. They've got one stun and one disable, but of course Faith is going to have that impale. Hal's going to have a really nice nuke from the Listen Beam, and they don't have that much kind of damage, I guess, unless they get really, really close and cast the Riptide, and even then, Arn isn't going to have much physical damage until he picks up the phase boots, but he's gone for the Bazzi first, so it's a bit of a curious dual lane coming out. It's not quite what I would have expected from them.
No, and I have to agree with you. I wasn't expecting that at all. I was quite perplexed in the draft. I didn't know what the laning situation would be. Let's have a look at the CS. It is Luna leading the way with Queen of Pain following up second. There's Pinks going down onto middle though. They do want to go down on somebody.
Um, yeah, I mean, taking down Ferrari would be fantastic for them since he did get the first blood, but they don't have that much disable, and they have dropped a sentry down, but they're not going to be fighting the other one, so no wards even planted, just a bit of a wasted sentry, I would say. I mean, top lane, we haven't even looked there, but it looks like Empty Sty is going to be going for the battery assault, so he should be playing quite aggressive very, very soon onto YYF, but of course YYF is going to have heaps of base damage, sorry, bonus damage using that Astral Spirit. So he can just last hit with that as well as harass Empty Sty, and then if Empty Sty goes on him, YYF's going to have, plus 50 damage and auto attack him to death.
We see Chen sitting there with the Dark Troll, with the Dark Troll Summoner, looking potentially to try and secure a kill here. Well, thanks to Cogs, and there's a bottle up as well, so we may see something. Chen wraps around from behind. They're looking to go in. Down comes the net. It does secure. In comes the Cogs. This will be first blood. First blood going up.
First blood was ages ago.
Oh wait, no, totally miscast.
That's right. No, but that was a really nice pick off. And on bot lane, though, they did lose the Windrunner in exchange. So, I mean, it was a 1-for-1 trade. Losing Windrunner isn't the best, of course, but getting that pick off on YYF before he snowballed too hard is going to be, well, quite important because, I mean, at the moment, Empty Star was having a hard time winning the lane, and now he's 2 levels ahead, essentially. He's going to be level 6 after this CS, and YYF still only level 4.
Yeah, and I do apologize for missing that first blood. It's happened so early in the match. Wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, definitely. It was a bit of a weird first blood too, since it was just like he just died alone up here. It was a lonely death. Anyway, Mary rotating down now. Maybe going to see a pick off, but Banana's also in position to go in.
Weaver better, Ferrari better look out. They are looking for him in the mid lane. He does throw down the damage. He picks up Weaver. Another secure kill thanks to Banana.
And poor Mary now, maybe going to go down as well.
Oh, Scream comes through. I wasn't expecting that at all. I thought, no, she'll be able to take that out, but no, just close enough. Good aggression there. Good estimation by a Ferrari.
Yeah, I honestly think this is a little bit of a laning mistake. It probably would have been better if they put the Windrunner in the mid lane and chucked the Weaver in the off lane. Just because Weaver, I think, has a bit of a chance to escape in the off lane, whereas Windrunner can at least shackle or something. He's got no lockdown in the Weaver to take Ferrari out of lane. So Ferrari can just, come forward, scream, blink out, and there's nothing Weaver can do. And he's only got 600 health, so he can't tank very much. You can see by that. He's already down to 250 health just from the nukes coming out from the Queen of Pain. On top lane, man, they're chasing YYF down hard, aren't they?
Yeah, they really want YYF. There's in Factory Heroes. Cogs goes up. Out comes the Weaver as well. There's a lot of damage. There's a lot of abilities, and they trade off evenly, 1-for-1. Queen out of sight for Clockwork. I don't know if that's an even trade, but still they trade off.
That was 4 heroes. Oh man, on bot lane, Windrunner gets picked up again. But I mean, that was 4 heroes rotating to kill off YYF, and they still lost someone for it, which is, honestly, it's a terrible trade. I mean, Weaver wasted time coming down from mid lane. The 2 supports are still just running around in the jungle and not really catching a break. And that just shows the power of Elder Titan. I mean, even though he got nerfed, he's still ridiculously powerful. That natural order just destroys. It's the only word for it.
That's hard still, even post-patch, to deal with that Outer Titan, especially when he goes that Ancestral Spirit spam build. So frustrating for those players that go up against him. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, man, lots of aggression coming out of Ferrari. Nicely placed wards, as well as a rotation from YYF. They are looking for kills if they can get it. Pings go down, pick off from the creep, and Nagasara better look out because she's walked into a dangerous situation. Weaver's here to try and add some harassment to it. Net comes down, but it's for naught. Out of Titan caught it to the Cogs, and this looks like it will be Out of Titan. No trade this time, but Queen of Pain coming in to also pick it off. Can Ferrari seal the deal? Looking to TP out at the last second.
Oh,
It gets picked off thanks to that centaur stun.
nice micro there by CJZ. And that would have been, a one-for-one trade if he'd managed to get the clockwork, but good bottling up by Empty Sty. And yeah, that was beautiful micro by the Centaur. Or by CJZ, I guess. It wasn't the Centaur micro yet. But either way,
Beautiful.
really nice
Beautiful.
trade. Now score's only 6-4.
Yeah, so they've narrowed the gap slightly. Tong Fu's being able to come back slightly. But it's still IG in the lead, and looking at the CS, it's Radiant at the top. Queen of Pain followed by Luna followed by Queen of Pain. Then Weaver sitting a little bit lower than that, and so that's not going to equate to something good because you don't want to give Luna free farm. But that seems to be what's happening here in the bottom lane.
Yeah, and it looks like Hal might be going for a bit more of an early game build. He's picked up the Ring of Aquila. He's going for the drums, most likely getting that bracer up. So I think he's going to be joining team fights around about the 10 to 15 minute mark once he gets level, maybe 8 or so. A couple more levels in the Lunar Blessing. See Faith just healing him up there. So Faith now actually got his mana boots too, and he's level 6, so probably going to see some rotations from him as well. They've shut down Weaver pretty effectively. So like you said, Weaver only on 32 CS at 8 minutes into the game, and unfortunately he's 0 to 2 as well, so he's not doing so hot on the, the net worth. But I think if he can position himself well, that Crystal Maiden's going to be delicious to him, and provided he can dodge the damage coming out from the Spike Carapace, Nyx Assassin should be a pretty easy kill for him as well. So it's definitely not all over for Weaver. He can catch up at this point.
Oh, it's not over for anyone. It's still only 9 minutes into the match. And it is relatively close looking at graphs. It is slightly in the favor of IG, but I feel that that's only marginally, mostly because of the Luna and the free farm bottom lane.
Yeah, Hal must be happy.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what you're looking for when you are solo, when you are the Luna. The more farm, the better. And this just seems to be unanswered, unchecked in the bottom lane. And, that could be a vital mistake if they don't answer this shortly. They need to look to get it, to gank her down because already 64 CS, commanding lead, given that she's almost double the CS of Weaver.
Yeah, and I think Arn might be in a little bit of trouble on top lane. Faith has altered up. They're looking like they want to get a pick off on him.
Yeah, Vendetta comes through. Out comes the stun. If he can pick it, he does. He opens up with the stun, and Ancestral Spirit comes in at the last second. But Nyx Assassin right-click secures the kill. Easy money. Easy money.
Definitely. And I have to say, I do like the rush pickup of the Tranquil Boots on, actually, I might say gank on bot lane, but Tranquil Boots on the Crystal Maiden because it does, oh, there goes the hook.
Oh, in comes the hook. Out comes the cogs. Excellent initiation by WPCA. Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
That was beautiful, and because of the battery assault, she couldn't even get her ultimate off, even though she was trying to. So really, really nice pick off. Like you're saying, they need to take Cow down, and yes, they did. 69 CS, and he's dead now, finally.
Finally, but is it enough? I think they need to maintain this pressure, look to gank her as often as possible because they are trailing quite substantially in terms of CS on their primary carries.
Weaver's catching up, honestly. He's on 42 CS, whereas before he was
Well,
on about
in
20.
the top lane, lots of reaction TPs. Out comes a Shackle down onto YYF. He's looking to escape. Nyx Assassin throws in on the stun to buy him some time. Comes through the power shot. Out comes the net from the Jen's creeps, and this is a secured kill. Excellent micro out of Chen there. That helped him easily secure that kill. But it's not over yet as they turn down. Out comes Eclipse. The damage. Hand of God. They're going to reverse this. Turn this back. They want to chase down Nyx Assassin. But in comes the TP for Gwen Pain. It's not over. Rover as the damage comes down. Gentle stun. She does manage to pick up. In comes the hook. It's amazing. Under tower. Down comes the damage. Another pick. Luna falls. And that has got to be demoralizing right under your own tower.
Unite on the run now.
You know, they're just pulling back. I don't know if this is actually a full retreat, but they're pulling back because they just don't feel that they have the momentum. But they've secured that kill on Luna twice now. That's exactly what they needed to do.
That was a beautiful initiation. It was a pity Ferrari got away. He was only on about 10 health before he popped his one and blinked out. But I mean, fantastic counter initiation. Luna popped her ultimate and almost took down Chen, but like you said, that Hand of God came out. He's got the mech up now, so that's even more heal. And I mean, they turned that around completely. Not only did they pick off YYF, but they also got the Luna. So it looks like now Hal's just going to forsake that drum rush and he's going to go straight into the BKB. They are just shutting him down now. They gave him a bit of free farm, got his confidence up, and now they're saying, nah, see you later, mate. I'm going to gank you out.
Yeah, but they have to be careful. They have to watch Ferrari. Once she gets this Oblivion stuff, then it's going to be a different game. Sorry, this Orchid.
Awkward, yeah.
Yeah, and as the smoke, as I say, that smoke comes out of the Radiant team.
Oh,
They are looking
Mary.
to wrap around. Look out, Naga Siren melts away. Wrong place, wrong time. Without a doubt, but it's not over. Nyx Assassin vendetted up. He looks to secure the initiation. He does open up, but the retreat under the tower. Hooks miss. Weaver's there as well. You would expect more warding coming out of the Radiant team, but with the two invis there, but at least they take the kill.
The Dire best do something about that bottom.
Yeah, it was at least they got something from it, getting out Mary, and Mary unfortunately could not cast that Song of the Siren, but you can see that at this point IG want to start playing more aggressive, and if you look at their wards, they've got a ward here, this one's about to die, but still they want to secure, this area in the jungle. They're not worrying about the bot lane, they just want to get the top lane completely under their control. Which, makes sense at this point in time. They've got a bit of a stronger team fight, I would say. Of course, they have got the Naga Siren for the side of WPC Team A, so they can use that to counter-initiate, but if they can pick Mary off first in the team fights like we just saw then, that does mean that Mary won't be able to see again, so I would say team fights on the whole should be going for IG. They've got the Elder Titan, the Queen of Pain, and the Luna. That's just huge AoE. Not to mention the Crystal Maiden. She's even more AoE, so
They're looking to put aggression on the top lane to deny any potential. In comes Naga Siren for the setup, but is there any follow through? This does not look like the best setup. They're going to go for Naga. Oh, ping's going down on her. She does mount. In comes the hook as well. They pick up two. Queen of Pain scream as they quake 2 for 2, and all the right clicking goes through. Elder Titan secures the kill. Buyback out of Windrunner as they look to pursue the dusted up Weaver, who uses everything in his repertoire to try and live, but it's not enough. And I have no idea who's winning, but it looks like IG have WPC on the back foot, and they are pushing down. Windrunner left alone. Chen uses Hand of God, but it's for naught.
run, Chen, run!
Yeah, now Chen is just out heroed. He's being flanked from all directions, out of Titan, everybody. Rampage for Ferrari! And that is not looking good at all for the Tong Fu fan.
That was just terrible for WPCA because they were all running down this area here, and then Queen of Pain just went blah onto all of them. That was really what turned the team fight around because that combo hit on 3 or 4 heroes at least, and now Rampage for her, including a buyout from the Windrunner who bought out and then came back into die. So WPCA, they really try, but they do decently in the early game, but mid game they just seem to fall apart every time, and I feel really bad for them.
Yeah, I can hear it in your voice. You are feeling somewhat disappointed, but that's okay. The game is not over. It is in the favor of IG, but it's not over. They still have some options here, and I think Naga Siren probably not the best pickup, or at least they picked it up first slot and didn't really look to synergize. I said that in the draft.
Yeah.
I feel they don't have the synergize. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Weaver, he's in trouble. He's been orchided up. He has to use his ult to escape. In comes reactionary TPs from a number of heroes. They're looking to get Queen of Pain. Out comes Eclipse. He wants to seal the deal. In comes the Cogs. It saves him. Weaver on just the fraction of health as it goes down, but it's not over. It's still as Clockwork pursues under rocket battery assault. Man, it's so close. Bad luck to IG with the Queen of Pain and a desperate needed kill for Tong Fu.
Well, that was a really nice streak going the way of Weaver, especially because Weaver was just not doing so hot on the farm. That was an extra, 800 gold to him. It's pretty nice, and maybe he's going to get another kill now? Go, Weaver, go! Maybe not. Nice reaction by Faith, just forcing him back. That courier is adorable. Your next rage. Legendary IDG courier. Huh. There you go. But, oh, how did... Oh, that was nicely done. Where did Crystal Maiden die? Down here. So you hit that rocket to get the kill.
With all the scribbling.
Blind rockets always, sometimes, occasionally find kills.
Yeah, well, that was I didn't even notice him do that. She just died, so he must be patting himself on the back now. Honestly, WPCA are really doing this quite well. They're getting the pickoffs they need, most definitely. I mean, taking down the Queen of Pain then, like I just said, 800 reliable gold for the Weaver. That's getting him closer to his BKB, and he's probably not going to get it by the time Hal picks his up, which I think Hal must be very, very close. Oh, he's gone for Helm of the Dominator, in fact. So Hal's BKB is going to be delayed even more. But it does mean
Yep,
they're kind of going for a bit more of the late game.
but also look at the position of Tong Fu. They are sort of retreated back. They are still clumped up within that sort of tier 2 sort of circle around their base. They've got less farm range, and they aren't looking to take risks. So, given that there's that Nyx Assassin out there, so that's when you're in that situation, it's never positive. You want to be on the offensive. You want to be looking for those ganks. You want to be smoking it up. And as I say that, there is smoke sitting on some of these heroes, so that's what you would expect to come out of WPCA. But again, synergy here from the team, maybe communication, just not nailing it just yet. Out of Titan goes to initiate, picks up a kill on. Wait, Nyx Assassin picks up the kill. But the rest of the team are put inbound. In comes Weaver. Out comes the song to lock down the Outer Titan in place. And Outer Titan is being sacrificed to the WPCA gods. There is no doubt here. He gets force stuffed out. He uses his ult. In comes the cogs. But unfortunately, it's all for naught. As they
You
now
know.
as they also pursue Nyx Assassin.
No, Spike Carapace going to save his life. And meanwhile, they're pushing down both both mid and bot lane. So, yeah, forced retreat back. Maybe Chen going to be able to push down the top tower, top tier 1 tower, but they have to go back because Ferrari's going to get that mid lane if they don't watch out. Banana is just everywhere. Every time I look at him, he's somewhere else in the map. And he's doing just amazing wards. Like, these are the most aggressive wards I could imagine. They really just want control of this mid area. And I like how he's kind of rotated. Earlier, they wanted control of the jungle, and now they're kind of warding around the Roshan pit because it's about that time of the game when teams are eyeing Roshan. Whoever takes it, is going to have a much better chance in team fights, just because of the Aegis, of course. So they want to make sure they have vision, and they're not going to have any smoke ups coming out from WPCA.
Banana guarding the Invisible Rune as Ferrari comes in and bottles that up. They do also deward while they are down in that pit there, looking probably to pick off somebody with that Invisible Rune very shortly. Again, a fullback sort of back to the tier 2 ring range again for WPCA. Sorry, I called them Tong Fu a number of times. Just it's hard to ignore with that logo.
The Tong Fu and WPCA, I don't think it matters. I mean, they're sponsored by Tong Fu. I don't know. The names WPCA and Tong Fu. Those characters mean Tong Fu, don't they? Yeah, it's either. I wouldn't worry about it. But anyway, yeah, they're kind of grouping back and standing back, like you said, not going too far forward. And Ferrari's got that Orchid and almost got his BKB ups too, so if they do play a bit too aggressively, Arn could easily get picked off, so could Mary. They haven't got any force staffs up yet, so they've got no way to kind of escape if they do get silenced.
Yeah, and it looks like IG are backing off slightly. They don't seem to be as aggressive in terms of their positioning as well as where they're looking to gank. In fact, it looks like they're looking to finish off some items. BKB on Queen of Pain, potentially something else on Nyx Assassin.
Blink Dagger probably, and YYF looks like he's going for an armlet. Oh, and top lane actually, Queen of Pain and Nyx.
Oh, they find Jen, open up on him, they use the ults. Clockwork comes in as well. They do get the kill on Queen of Pain. How did she not blink away? I don't understand. Maybe a battery assault. Just
It was
this
the battery
time.
assault and the Chen creeps. Both the centaurs stunned. Really nice micro. You can see the cooldowns. He chain stunned that perfectly, so Queen of Pain couldn't get away.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect symphony of skill, as some would say.
Luna now, she's almost got that BKB. I like how she's kind of picked that Alpha Wolf up to follow her around, and her damage is just insane. 200 damage this early into the game. Nyx Assassin now got his Blink Dagger up. Now, I'm curious if this armlet pick up by YYF. It's
You know, I'm more curious as to how they're going to answer the disparity in terms of farm when you look at how much CS this Luna has, as well as the Queen of Pain. Substantial amount in terms of a lead. And item-wise, they are getting a gain. The graphs say it's way in their favor, over 10,000 and 7,500 XP. That's a hard mountain of graph to get over.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, things are really going the way of IG in terms of farm. And I mean, Tongfu at the moment, they're kind of just letting the game slip out of their grasp. Not intentionally, obviously, but I mean, IG are just playing this like, the very strong team they are. They're getting, pickoffs when they can, and they are dying occasionally. But I mean, in the meantime, Hao is just farming. He's just farming and farming and farming, and now he's going to steal a Chen creep. What a bully. And on top lane, we do actually see Hao maybe going to go down now. He's getting very, very low. He's on the run. Hello, is anyone else there? Oh, Omegakai's disappeared. Okay, cool. Well then, Banana gonna be four-staffed out after getting netted. Hand of God gonna be flying out as well. Queen of Pain just running back and forth. She's got the Sonic Wave up right now, but BKB popped on UU9, so he's not gonna take any damage. That was just really a one for nothing pick off. Taking the Crystal Maiden down in exchange for nobody, no buyouts coming. Queen of Pain now got that double damage rune, her ultimate's up, they're ready to go back in. Stun gonna be going off to Empty Sty. He's getting nice shackle coming out from the winner actually, catching onto YYF and Faith. Hal getting very, very low, but Empty Sty is gonna be dropping down. Arn now in trouble, he's very, very low on health too. CJZ gonna get hit by that stun, and Hal gonna take the last hit with the Lucent Beam.
Wow, and also look at that one right click to kill off literally half of Chen's HP by YYF. Substantial right click, you're just there. I think it was on almost 500 damage, just one right click. And of course now WPCA, they are on the back foot. They're being
UU9 about to get picked off.
yeah, and Ferrari on fire. Needs to sort of, I guess, make back up the kill ladder for the fact that she gave up that rampage earlier on.
Yeah, she's upset. But I guess it wasn't an unneeded Sonic Wave because UU9 was just about to pop his ultimate and then scatter away. Oh, and Hao on top lane.
Yeah, in comes the hooks, BKB being used. Here comes the Eclipse. It's the moon damage. The beams come down, but it's not enough. 4-on-1. WPCA pick up that kill. But it seems that they may have used a number of abilities. Yeah, they used a lot to secure that kill.
But I mean, ultimately, it is kind of worth it, just because Hao is really going to snowball out of control. If you look at the net worth, he's on 10k compared to 7.5k. Oh, and Arn, nice dodging there. I mean, that's one change that we hadn't noted, but Nyx Assassin's stun is now not targetable on heroes; it's ground targetable, and you can dodge
totally
it.
eyeball it. You have to totally eyeball it now. Absolutely.
So nice dodging there by Arn. It's kind of like dodging a hook, just running back and forth, zigzagging, so he can't get that stun off. So well played by him.
Yeah, and it looks like they may be setting up for a rush. Look at Declare. No, I could be wrong. I am wrong. It does look like they're looking to do something here.
They probably do want to take the Roshan. They're just kind of milling around it, but Luna's not there yet. So I think they're just going to secure the area. They've got the aggressive wards down, but this one is about to die. So planning some more, making sure they've got vision of every area so they can see if anyone comes from this path because of this ward. They can see if anyone comes from this path because of this ward. So maybe you can take the tier 2 down so they can't get any easy rotations. Oh, but actually YYF in mid lane.
Yeah, but he charges up that stun, but it catches nobody. In comes the cogs. Out comes the power shot. He's under earned damage, and also Weaver secures the click. Secures the kill thanks to Geminate attack.
I'm surprised that YYF didn't do some mad plays because he just picked up his armlet off the courier. He could have outlived that if he'd popped the armlet on, but I guess he had it in the wrong.
Oh, look at the aggressive position here, also from Ferrari and Luna. They need to be careful, but at the same time, in comes the Orchid as well as the damage, but it's not enough. He's by himself. And in fact, friends come to give group hugs and save the Windrunner.
Oh, and Faith now might be in trouble. They have got a sentry drop down. And he's just on the outskirts of it.
Oh,
Oh,
song comes out. Let me play you the song of my people as they look to secure. Down comes the cog. The song goes off. Down comes the shackle shot. Chen coming in as well. Creeps are there to stun in case they need it. They didn't need it. 4 second stun, and all they needed was one.
that's great. Poor Faith is like, I immediately regret my decision. 5 heroes on him. But yeah, more and more pickups. I mean, score's only 19 to 17, even though if you look at the golden experience graph, very much in favor of IG. It's not necessarily over. I mean, if Tonko can, well, WPCA can keep getting the pickoffs, it might be enough to come and bring it back in. Actually, speaking of pickoffs in mid lane, Ferrari.
Yeah, again, Cogs come out. Ferrari looks like he's in trouble. BKB being used. Orchid comes through to secure no more Riptide damage, but it's not enough because the net also secures that kill. Good micro there coming out of Chen.
Yeah, and that net from the Nagasara, and even though she's got the BKB pop, she can't blink out from it. So it's a reliable, 5 second disable and a Queen of Pain, which is very nicely done. We might see her pick up a Ghost Scepter, honestly, just to get out of that net because she's been killed by it numerous times. She's on 4 deaths at the moment. I think at least 3 of those were just due to that net.
You know, and I have to say, WPCA playing, you know, they are behind in the gold and all the graphs, all that Rice says that they are on the back foot, but they're not playing like a team that's defeated, that's been pushed back. They're playing aggressively. They're finding those pickups. In fact, there's only a 1 kill difference between these two teams. In comes the blink, stun, misses the impale thanks to Windrunner, and the ult comes out, does get down on 2 heroes, but there's just no follow through.
Yeah, and Songless Siren's going to be up in another 20 seconds, so that'll be very helpful if there is a team fight initiated. Just use that to get out of the way. And Weaver looks like he's going for a Desolator as the next item, so his DPS will increase dramatically, but at the same time, How's almost got up that Manta, so they're going to have to watch out for that. And Faith now is being a new ward.
Not just that, they have to look out for Hal himself because he has a substantial lead in net worth. As well as Queen of Pain, and of course that ult is just going to destroy them with the Gleaves, and especially if she pushes up to the Manta style, that is just going to be a recipe for defeat. And watch out, WPCA, you are in the choke point. Look out, the high ground as the wraparound comes from IG in the mid. The big boys looking for the scores here.
I have to say, I like how this bottom tower is on 161 health, so they just can't deny it. Very unfortunate for them. But it looks like IG just going to be grouping up and going for this mid tower.
Yeah, they know they have the team engagement. They have all the abilities. Out comes the next assassin with the stun down onto Nagasaki. They burn her down quickly before she can ult. Hand of God comes in and does not do anything, as well as Mechanism. Out comes the Eclipse as everybody is beat into a retreat. And it's not even a retreat. It's a headlong route as they go back towards the well. That is a complete cleanup by by IG as they get WPCA. It's not over yet. They are diving. They are going beyond the towers. Get that Windrunner with the Lucid Beam. Get also the Weaver. It's all over the place, but the dives secured the kills, and now it's a 4-man wipe as they look to take the high ground and push down the mid-tier tower.
Yeah, I think that maybe Weaver panicked a little bit there. He had his BKB up, but he never cast it, so he can buy out now. So maybe we're going to see him buy out and try and defend. But of course, if you buy out and you don't get kills, you don't get any gold from it. So maybe they're just going to let the Rex fall.
And just look at Luna's damage coming out of the Moonglaive. It's just bouncing around, destroying buildings. That's what you expect, but that's also what happens when she gets free farm and she has such a substantial lead. They left her alone. And that ultimately helps add to that teamfight situation, but also excellent execution out of YYF as well as Faith. These two heroes definitely securing a lot of the kills, or at least doing the setup so that the rest of the team can come in and come through.
Yeah, and I mean, at this point in the game, like you were saying during the draft, the lineup from Tongfu WPCA just doesn't have as much synergy. I mean, at least with IG, they've got Elder Titan Ultimate, they've got Luna with her Lunar Eclipse. They've got Queen of Pain with the Sonic Wave, Crystal Maiden with the Freezing Field, Nyx Assassin, who, he's gone for kind of utility mobility items so he can initiate with that stun from the Impale. And, I mean, Tongfu, they've got a whole bunch of kind of single target stuff. And Windrunner just was an interesting pickup because it doesn't quite fit into the lineup and she couldn't get much farm and she doesn't have any items. And, I mean, I feel like maybe even like a Tide Hunter would have been a better pick just to give them some kind of, AoE wombo combo to go with that Nagasara Ultimate, just
Yeah,
something.
they don't have enough. Like Nagasara pops the song, and what do? You can't use it as offensively as you like because you don't have the setup to do anything. You can use it extremely well as a sort of retreat mechanism. You can use it to be defensive, but if you're only using a skill for half its potential ability, then you're already on the back foot. And I feel that that's probably the mistake coming out of WPCA. They picked up Nagasara and then didn't really look to synergize Nagasara with anyone. And in fact, we've both said it already. The synergy does just not seem to be on the surface anyway. There,
Yeah, it's very, very hard. I mean, at this point, WPCA are kind of just waiting till the end. Of course, I wish that they could turn it around, but I feel like their heroes just aren't designed to turn around a game and get two towers and then go for the throne.
I think, and to be honest, other than Clockwork, their heroes seem somewhat greedy as well. You need a reasonable amount of items in order for one runner to excel in her role. Oh wait, I hear hooks. Is that anything? Was that a miss? There was a missed hook.
Oh wow. Huh? Okay. Yeah, that's pretty ugly graph, I'll be honest.
Yeah, and of course it doesn't look good. You've got Luna, who's now completed a butterfly.
You'll get there eventually.
Eventually, I'll get there. Rather than going for the Manta Star, and now she picks up a Demon Edge. Man,
Rapier
and
time.
Rapier time. Yeah, it's exactly what I'm thinking. Because they feel that they're on the. And in comes the blink, out comes the scream! Hand of God again comes down for no reason because the hero's already dead. Naga Siren pops the song. They've got the setup, but how can they secure the kills? Cogs come down. Queen of Pain's in a bit of trouble. Out comes the Eclipse as the enemy team just get disintegrated under all that teamfight damage. Glaives picking up another kill. And again, another kill going to Luna. You'd have to say from this position, it's unassailable, it's untenable. This does not look good for the first match for WPCA.
No, but I mean they gave it a really good shot. I mean, considering they have yet to win a game that I've seen, I think that eventually they will win a game because they seem to have a lot of I mean, they seem to have decent teamwork at least from what I've seen and they get some nice pickoffs and all that and I think that with a bit more practice they're going to be able to compete with
It's,
teams like this, honestly.
to be honest, it just seems the team fights, the setup for the team fights just never seem to go their way. As you've already alluded to, they can hunt down and kill those heroes when they're on the back foot, and that's the sign of a strong team.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, GG, well played to both teams. Of course, this is a best of two, so we've got one more game coming up. Thank you to WPC Ace for hosting this tournament, and we'll see you in the next game. And thanks for co-casting and thanks for streaming and doing the camera work. I can't necessarily pimp on pimp on
All right, go to next.